We're starting to see a lot of stories come out about Johnny Depp that are seemingly bad, negative, and even for 1 second I'm like, this doesn't seem so good. But when you think about it, none of it is actually proof that he abused Amber Heard. All of it seems to be a distraction from the main issue. Page 6 and the Daily Mail seem to portray Johnny as negatively as possible. The Blast, which you guys know, I refer to them a lot, seems to be somewhat neutral. I think they're one of the better media sources. Although not perfect, I think they're better than Page 6 and the Daily Mail, and of course, well, the Sun, we know, ain't that great. So this is called Pics of Johnny Depp's Alleged Drug Bender Surface in Court. So, how many times have you gotten really drunk and just kind of passed out on the floor? For me, maybe not even 100, but probably a couple of dozen times. I don't know, 20, 30. It's pretty normal. Now, that was back in my college days, but Johnny's got kind of a free life. He's not really tied down to working a 9 to 5, and he's a little more free to use substances. So of course, once in a while, he's going to pass out on the floor or something. And like I said before, that pretty much makes you less aggressive. Because when you're on the floor, when you're blacked out, you're not hitting anyone. You're not doing anything except pretty much lying there. New photos of Johnny Depp's alleged diet while on a drug bender with cocaine, booze, and a pill box laid out on a table. And what type of pills those are pretty important, but okay, they skipped that. The images taken by his ex Amber Heard and shown in a British court on Wednesday feature a table littered with alcohol and drugs at her Los Angeles home in 2013. And I guess they'll just assume those are Johnny's, because as we know, she's taken drugs too, and a lot of people are speculating that at some point that's going to come up in the court too, although it's not totally relevant for her either. However, it should also be mentioned. There's also 2 glasses of whiskey as well as a skull and crossbones decorated pillbox marked property of JD, because nobody drinks whiskey, right? Questions about the image, Depp didn't deny that the drug paraphernalia belonged to him. If they were mine, I would wonder why they had been photographed, Depp testified. The Mirror reported. So, they're reporting on some other report because they don't even have their own report about the negative things about Johnny. Good job, Page 6. The court heard that Depp was supposed to be filming a documentary about Rolling Stones star Keith Richards when he started snorting more and more lines of cocaine, the Daily Star reported. So I guess Page 6 is just reading a bunch of articles and putting together their own article and not actually doing anything. In another image, the Pirates of the Caribbean star was seen fully clothed, passed out on the floor beside his bed, but the actor insisted that he was sleeping, not passed out, and that his head was on a cushion, the Mirror reported. Again, they go to the Mirror. So what are they even writing the article for if they've got to keep going to all different articles, all different sources? If you're a journalist, I thought you'd get your own information. I know, they are allowed to do that. They all do it. But when you're reporting on something so mundane as to, well, he had a box of pills out, he drank some whiskey, it don't make you look so great that you've got to piece that flimsy information together from other articles. Depp was on the stand for the second day in the explosive trial against the news group newspapers. So, again, you got to ask yourself, what's this all about? There's also another story I will be covering tomorrow about how Johnny apparently threatened to throw Amber's puppy, little dog, I think it's North Shore Terrier, forget the name, small dog, out the window. And, honestly, even if he did, even if I give them that, I say, you know what? Johnny threatened to throw a dog out the window. It still has nothing to do with actually physically harming her. I don't think he did. That kind of seems kind of insane. I don't know if there's audio evidence for that yet. I don't think so. But a guy that visits kids in a cancer ward in a hospital probably wouldn't threaten to throw a dog out the window. So the next time you see some headline or something that says Johnny Depp did this drug or that drug or this drug, ask yourself, what does that have to do with the claims of Amber's physical abuse? And how does that prove that Johnny actually did what Amber said he did? I mean, you could do a mountain of drugs and pass out a million times, but that doesn't mean you ever laid your hand on a woman. It just means some people who don't quite understand what's going on might think more negative of you. Anyway, I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. You guys let me know how you feel below. This kind of irritates me because I don't really like when people use drugs as an excuse to bring someone down. Okay, if you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't subscribe, well, I'll be pretty sad, but I'm doing pretty good lately, so I'll get over it. See you next time.
Central Parkway in the night with the orange lights, alright.